5.5 hours of surgery to get him a brand new shiny Chinese shoulder. We think he's doing all right. He's been sending us voice notes. He's been sending me voice notes. He's been blowing me up, to be perfectly honest. He never texts me this much. Been blowing me up. All these voice notes, medicated moments with Matt. And he wanted to provide an update to you guys on how he's doing. So, he's got Jackson on hold in there. He's talking your ear off. Oh, yeah, he's giving me a nod. He's giving me a look. I'm a little bit nervous to put Murphy on the air. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. He's heavily medicated. And this goes against all of my better judgment. But the audience has questions for Matt. And I think it's important that we have Matt answer these questions. He's joining us now, the man whose name is on the show. What's up, Matt? How we doing? Matt Murphy. Am I in? Is my mic in the right program? Yo, Matt, what's up,
Hello.
man? Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Was that a you thing or a me thing? You all right?
That was not a me thing. You just went away.
All right. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
You feeling good?
Hey, there's nothing going on in the news right now, right?
Nothing. We got all the time in the world. Nothing to worry about. You're not missing anything.
Well, I've decided for the purposes of this conversation, Chris, that you may refer to me, in the spirit of the NATO Secretary General as Daddy, if you'd like.
Perfect. All right.
Or I would prefer King of the Osteophytes.
King of the Osteophytes. I had to Google that myself, Matt. I didn't know what that meant. But we learned some things together. The audience has questions for you. Okay.
Okay.
I just think that we need to run through them as quickly as possible.
Let's do this.
Everybody knows that your shoulder came from China. Did you have to get a visa for the shoulder?
I don't know. It's actually, I think, an illegal shoulder. I think we smuggled the shoulder in. I think it came in a cargo container with lettuce and fentanyl.
Perfect. Glad we got that out of the way. Did you have to pay tariffs on the new shoulder?
According to some of the figures that I've seen, the tariffs are pretty stiff for titanium shoulders right now. I don't know if that's surgical operations or tariffs, but we're going to try to figure that out.
Okay, and these are all from the text line, mind you. I would never joke about this kind of stuff.
Hey, bring them. I want all the questions from the text line.
0240 wants to know that since the shoulder's been put in, are you able to use chopsticks?
I have not attempted to use chopsticks as of yet. As a matter of fact, I'm a little lacking on the left side for the moment. But you know what? I should try them on the right side and see if it's transferred over.
You should definitely see.
I sense a theme here. Is someone suggesting that my new arm came from China? Who would have suggested?
No. Nobody's even insinuated that at all. I got another question for you. Was the shoulder made in a sweatshop by teeny tiny little hands?
I certainly hope so. Okay. It would. And I hope they were crying over it when they made it too.
They knew it was going to go to it.
They knew it was
worthy
coming to me.
Did they underestimate the anesthesia bill after knowing that you were supposed to be under for 3 hours and then it was 5.5? Did they have to fix the charge on that?
How about this? And I don't mean to take a serious side here, but how about they don't tell you what the anesthesia. You know what the surgical center is going to cost for you. You know what your surgeon is going to cost you. Anesthesia comes last, and I have no idea what the anesthesia is going to cost me. And wasn't it 5.5 hours? It was 5.5 hours. So yeah,
that's insane. That's insane.
But I'll tell you. Did I tell the story? Have I told this story on the radio about the? No, I don't think I have. So, Dr. Hank. Did I tell you about Dr. Hank?
No. Fill me in.
Okay. So I went in and I was so impressed with Nurse Peggy in my pre-surgical, meeting because they bring you in pre-surgery and they tell you what to expect and what to do, before surgery and all of that. And she was just so nice. And, I try to, in my life, applaud those people that kind of go above and beyond because I think they deserve it because you get it so rarely nowadays. And so I mentioned Nurse Peggy on the air. And apparently there are many listeners of Super Talk 99.7 WTN in the Summit Surgery Center, and one of them was one of our anesthesiologists and his wife. And so when I went back in, they all knew who I was, and one of the anesthesiologists decided that he was going to be a funny guy. And as I'm getting, it's all serious, and there's about to be surgery. There's going to be blood. There's going to be bones breaking, and I've got the IV in. I've already got some meds in, and he walks up to me, and he's got this crudely hand drawn name badge on that says Dr. Hank, B team. And he said, okay, we typically do anesthesia one of two ways. And I was like, how's that? He goes, well, there's the stick, and he pulls out this big, large stick that they pulled out from the yard. And he goes, and he said, if you don't like the stick option, because you put that in your mouth and just grip real tight, we can go with option B. And then he pulled out a hammer. And apparently this is big time highbrow humor for anesthesiologists. I don't know if you know. So they're big fans of Super Talk 99.7 WTN over at the Surgery Center, which is good.
That's good. I mean, the last thing you want is people who know you from Super Talk but hate the radio station working on you, because then you never know. A 3-hour surgery could turn into 5.5.
Well, that's true. And the first thing, I thought I'd made a tragic mistake, because the first thing, my nurse that kind of walked me through the process and was there with me the whole way, Nurse Carol, the first thing she said to me, she said, "Hey, are you Matt?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "I'm not Peggy."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh no."
Hey, I got a question here on the text line.
All right.
And this one's going to cut right to the core. Will the shoulder surgery correct the slice on your drives?
Well, I asked for athletic ability to be infused in the titanium shoulder. I was told that is not possible. I did not believe them. I asked for some level of talent. So we'll see how that goes. But I can get no guarantees from any of these people that it's going to help my golf game, which is sad.
So no athletic ability at all?
No, that's no talent, no athletic ability.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna ask the question about your left arm now knowing kung fu. I think that we just answered that. Have you connected it to
Samurai Warrior? Ooh, well, you never know.
Have you connected the shoulder to any Wi-Fi networks?
No, but Erica just said that you could, from henceforth, refer to me as Kim Jong Murphy.
Oh, I like it. Yeah,
although I think that's Korea.
We were calling you Matt Timu Murphy.
I like it.
Hey, real quick though, with everything going on in the world, you haven't been able to rant. What is your take on what we've seen over the past 6 days and where we are today?
So the one takeaway that I have in my drug-addled haze, and I understand that I'm not at my best, but one thing that I have certainly noticed, in all seriousness, is that the mainstream media, or the legacy media as we refer to them, they hate the United States of America. There's no way that you can be disgusted enough by the manner in which they've reacted to what Donald Trump has done. He managed to walk a tightrope between the guy is obviously refusing to have an extended conflict and American boots on the ground. He's made that promise clear, but he also promised that Iran would not have nuclear weapons, and he managed to walk that, at least up until today. And all the media has to do, all they're doing is saying nasty things about language and verbiage and words used, and none of that matters. I mean, and the American people, at least I watch #NeverCNN, or I watch some of these other disgusting networks. I'm thinking, why do you think any of this matters? What matters is that the bad guys don't have bad things to do bad things to other people around the globe, and you're completely ignoring that point so that you can go directly to, hey, Donald Trump said something that's not true.
Yep.
It's disgusting, and we cannot be disgusted enough by the mainstream media. That's kind of my takeaway.
I think you hit the nail on the head on walking a tightrope, though. I mean, last week I was like, I don't want anything to do with this war, because I couldn't envision a scenario where he could have done a strike like that and then got out with no further escalation. I was like, that wasn't even on my radar as a possibility. Were you blown away by how he executed that?
Well, and I'll tell you, when I knew that it was a measure that from the beginning Donald Trump had measured this against going to war, is when he got pissed at Israel. I mean, that was the moment that I was like, okay, this guy's serious, because when he negotiated a ceasefire, tenuous as it may be, and Israel, he felt like was violating the ceasefire when he laid down the infamous F-bomb. I'm like, this guy was serious, and he's not playing around. He doesn't want war, and he wants to end this, and he truly believed that eliminating the nuclear threat was the best way to end the fighting and end the killing. And you know, a lot of people on the left want to try to believe that that's not, you know, that's just something that Donald Trump says. He's been saying it since his first term, and I think he absolutely means it.
Yeah.
And it was that moment that I realized that he was serious about it.
What do you think? What do you think this does to our relationship with Israel? Because I mean, clearly he publicly smacked Netanyahu back. Does this strengthen a relationship? Does this hurt a relationship, or is it going to be status quo?
I mean, I think it's pretty much status quo because I think Israel needs the United States of America a hell of a lot more than the United States of America needs Israel. I mean, I think we value that relationship, and I think it helps the United States, but it helps Israel a hell of a lot more. And Netanyahu was doing what he needed to do for his country, but at some point, Donald Trump was like, "Hey, you need us more than we need you, and we're going to be friends. But if you step out of bounds, if you step out of line, that's going to cost you on our side of the pond. So you better watch your step."
Yeah, listen, man, I don't know why you're off this week. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Even heavily medicated, you're more coherent than the mainstream media, and you'd be delivering for that audience. So I feel like you should come back. I don't know what you're doing.
I have no idea what I've been saying over the last several minutes. And I've purchased a lot of things that I'm very worried about when they get here because I've been doing that at 3 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, I'll be back on Monday. Thank you so much, Chris, for holding down the fort, man. I know you're doing a bang up job. All I ask of you is that you give about 70%. I don't need you giving 100%. That endangers my job. Just give about 70% this week, Chris.
I'm maxing out. I'm maxing out at a D+. I promise. Well, hey, Matt, just rest up, man. We need you back here. And thank you for carrying the team here. I know, obviously, it weighed heavy on your shoulder, and that's why you got to be out. But we appreciate you, man.
It was mostly Mandus. Let's be honest.
Yeah. He misses you too. He misses you too. Don't make any.
I have to say to Mandus, I kid because I don't want him to take this seriously. Thank you guys, and thank you for all the kind words. Y'all have been so nice. The audience has been so nice, sending me messages via social media and all that, and it's been very, very kind. Thank you.
Hey, one more question from the audience before you go. Do the meds make it more tolerable to watch CNN?
No, it's worse. It's much worse. I say a lot of I curse a lot.
Okay.
To CNN. I don't know why it's much worse. But it is.
Okay, good to know. Just asking for a friend. Matt Murphy on the Newsmaker Hotline. It's 421. This is Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Subscribe to All the Best Words with Matt Murphy and Cameron Smith.
With 3 new episodes a week, it's all you need to get yourself through that vigorous 15-minute workout.
Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Super Talk TV.